So here I am on my course page. So in this video, we're going to talk about the LockDown browser. First, we're going to look at it, setting it up from a teacher's view, and then we'll get a slight view of a student perspective until we get locked out. So here I am. I've navigated all the way to my mock course. Here is a sample test that I have in there. LockDown browser will work with the assessment type of material in Schoology and this test quiz type. So basically, these two items can be used with the LockDown browser. And one thing before I get into the LockDown browser I want to show you is that on an assessment, you can put in a password that students have to put in before they can start the test. So this is just a security feature before the LockDown browser even starts. So in here, I've put in sample as my password. Now to start the setup for LockDown browser, I have my test made already. Now I can go down to LockDown browser on the left-hand side. If I click on that tab, it's going to go ahead and open up. Now, the first time you get in, you will get this big banner talking about getting more information about LockDown browser. Towards the bottom, there is a little checkbox you can click that says don't show this again. And then there's kind of an orange-yellow button over here that says continue to LockDown browser. And once you set those, then you won't see it anymore. If you need that information, you can come back to this link up at the top right corner. But from this page, you'll see a list of all your tests and quizzes. You can see right now it says my sample test does not require the LockDown browser. So we're going to click on this little arrow and change that setting. So I'm going to click require. Once I do that, this advanced setting box pops up. And then I can see all these different options. So here's one where I can lock students into the browser until the exam is completed. So for Schoology, they have to hit the submit button at the end before they can get out of the exam. If they want to quit early, they have to put in this password. So I'm going to go ahead and put sample here just to be easy. So I have sample for both of my password options for this test. And then you can do some other settings here. One that some people might use is this allow access to specific external web domains. So if in your test you have something where you've linked out to a specific website of information, you could put that web page in there. That way they are allowed to visit that site, but no other sites. Okay. Enabling calculator and printing, that's kind of up to you. The new assessment type, so the assessment versus test quiz in Schoology, it has a calculator option, so you may want to use that one instead. But once you've done all your advanced settings, you just hit save and close. And so now on the teacher side, this test is ready to go. Now from this end, we're going to look at the student view of LockDown browser. If the student doesn't have it, it is available in Software Center. So they can install it from there. It will take a little bit to get it installed. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to use this link or these links to install it, because you will need admin rights if you take that route. So as a student, they log in, they click on the test in Schoology. They go to start new attempt. Remember, I set up a password for this one. Now it's going to ask me to switch apps. And the LockDown browser will begin to load. So it's telling me I need to close this, so you won't be able to see anything on the student test past this.